Let's just start with a cleansing breath, as this is the second time we've started this morning. Breathing in, breathing out. In and out. In out. And if this is the first time you're viewing me today, hi, then my name is Teresa Janday. And today we're working with autumn and the season of metal. And we're working with the intestines, the lung, and the immune systems, because we're supporting the immune system at this time of year. Bring the hands up, palms facing up. Just visualising light flowing down through the top of the head. Beautiful white light which is associated with this season. My bag there. That's so my partner can sit down off camera. My washing. And he'll have space when he comes down shortly. So focus. Feeling the light flowing down through you and slowly bringing the hands down to the lower dantian. Breathe in. We move like a great big swimming motion. So we bend the knees and swoop round as if we're swimming. Breathing. Feeling into the movement. Breathing in, breathing out. Palms up, palms down, palms up, palms down. Bend knees, straighten leg. Feel the flow. And one more time. This time bringing to the lower dantian with palms facing up. Holding our chi. Bringing the breath in, the breath out. And your focus to this lower area as if you are holding a ball of light. A little star that's spinning so fast it's the shape of a ball. Bring the hands up into cleansing breath. Feel the focus of a ball floating down through. And then it pings up. Your arms go up. Bend the knees slightly as you're coming down. Breathing up. Legs straight. Flowing, exhaling down. And then taking that to our bellies, to our centre. Breathing. You want your dominant hand to be underneath. I'm going to hook up that energy with the forehead, belly button, lift, focusing the connection between the upper dantian and the lower dantian. And then putting the hands, so you're just focusing and storing your chi in this well, this cauldron of energy in the lower dantian, our energy centers. Beautiful light flowing, connecting and breathing, being present in the moment. And just breathe. I'm going to circle that chi around, dispersing the chi, or dispensing the chi around the body, circulating and around, getting things moving in our digestive systems. We want to go the other way because we don't want it too fast, we don't want it coming out too quickly. And then coming to a stop. Not unless we have issues with constipation. You get things moving doing that. So we've collected all the chi. I want you to think of a sense of energy going smaller, 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 but no less energy, more contained in a smaller space, condensing, condensing, until it's into a little crystal. And that little crystal's inside your belly. And just like crystals do in technology, they focus light to create laser points. We're going to use that laser point. So come into bamboo in the wind, putting our feet together. Feel your centre of gravity. Allow your body to sort of move if it needs to, just like a bamboo in the wind. We'll come back to our laser crystal in a little bit. Just feeling your body. What does it need today? What do you need today personally? Is there any iggles, any aches, any pains? Any emotions coming up? Anything we need to let go of for the day that we're holding on to from maybe the night? Did you have a restful, peaceful night's sleep? Is it like my partner at the moment? He's been struggling. So we want to let go, if we've not let go of that the night before we start our day. And obviously this is the time that we are able to let go. Just balancing, perfect like bamboo. Connecting the heaven with the earth. Step the feet apart. Lift the hands up and over the head. Elongate, stretch, although we're not tippy toes this time. Allow the hands to float down the front and up again. This time take the feet up into Babbling Brook, opening up our feet gates, and then down the side. Tilt to the side and do the same, and if you can, tiptoe up and hands come down, moving to center, hands come up, hands together and over, tiptoe, stretch, breathe and release. Again, same thing for the sides, up, stretch with that little bit of a twist and a balance, and release. Now leave the feet and just hands come up the side. Inhale, exhale, down the side. Up the side, hands down the center. Gently warming up those twists. And then gently start to twist. And feel a little bit. So just to show you the difference. So for me personally, my body's telling me I need to give up flour. And it's not too bad with smelt flour, but flour in general. And we went out last night for dinner and I had pasta. She's Durham wheat, but it's a lot for my body, so I can feel around this area that I need to spend a little bit of time extra, allowing that body. So the twists now, I can just feel what that's doing and how it's helping. So bringing the hand up to knock on the lungs. So this season, as I said before, we're fortifying the lung energy and the immune system as we're in the change of season. Whether you're northern or southern hemisphere, you'll have the same thing happening with the change of the seasons. The body shifts. So we've had the equinox, which is the balance, the time, and kind of in between the lead up to that. And now we're coming up to a full moon. Now, whether you are, when you're watching this or not, it's this season is a great time for letting go as to the full moon energy, which I tend to feel today, the day before the full moon. But letting go and knowing that release, it's easier to do this time of seasons when we follow nature. Just like this, we're letting go of the hands, or just the subtle direction we're twisting. It allows the hands to follow. The same, that intention to know that we'll let go of anything that no longer serves us. We set that intention, we can allow the body, the mind and the emotions to follow suit. Into a stop. One hand up, one hand down, push. And lean. And then bending the knees, coming round. Up the other side. So we're pulling out, wringing out, stretching that inner part of the body. One more time like this. Just leaning and then gently bending. Leaning gently bending, and this time we're going to lean all the way round. Hand comes to the small of the back. Now if you can only get to here or here, that's fine. Otherwise, looking behind you, getting a nice ringing sensation. Great for any emotional trauma, of the sadness and grief that we are letting go of in this season. And bring your hands together. We're going to bend our knees. We're going to come down low and we're going to stretch out those inner thighs. Bring them in the centre and stretch. Now you can do this low like this and just move from side to side, or you can do this high and move, but getting a little bit of a lunge. You choose what works for you. And come down and just hold as we slowly roll the back over, hands coming down to the knees. And rolling up. Rolling the shoulders. Down. Rolling that lower back. This time, hands stay up. Look to the left. Look to the right. So you're seated, same as before. Look to the left. Look to the right, and those rolls you could do from here. Gently stretching all the way down here. And then looking straight ahead. Breathing in, breathing out. This time I want you to roll the neck around. Hands stay in the same spot. Forward and back. A little bit of tension if you've had it's in the shoulders to release all that tension. Rolling back and forth, and then on the opposite side. And then all the way round. Hands out to the side if you're standing, just place them on your knees if you're sitting. One way, and then the other way. Then we're going to do that with our upper body. We're going to roll out the hips a different way. Gently up. And around, and back. In a semicircle. And back. And coming up. This time hands on the hips. Move into just wider than hips. Bent knees and hinge the hips forward and back. Round. Circulating the hips. opposite way. That spot there's.
What?
There's a load of stuff there. Stepping in slightly again. This time we're going to take our hands up over our head. Float them down. Take them to the kidneys behind, and then trace down the backs of the legs, coming up the centre, up above the head, flowing down the centre, coming to the kidneys, holding there for a moment. Take a breath and then sweeping back down and up. Again. This time coming to the lower dantian. Breathe. Step out to the right, arm comes out, arm comes over, pull back, push, and then both hands come over to the centre and you step back in. Same on the other side. Arm goes out, leg, goes out, arm goes out, around, pull, push, over to centre, bringing back to centre. Step forward, one hand on the stomach, one hand behind, same hand on the stomach as leg, bending forward, take a bow, coming up, lifting up and down. This time hands come up, leg comes up, same on the other side. Forward, lifting up and down, then we swap, side, pull, push, over and down, push, over and down, bow, hands come up, palms up, they rotate and they go up, looking up, stretch the stomach out and down, all the way over. Make sure your feet are hip width apart. Feel the bend the knees, and hang. Slowly coming up, rolling out. Bring the hands up, and then one hand on the right side comes and lifts up. You watch that hand. You bring it down over the centre to the stomach, and then the other side up like a beak. Down the centre. This time go up onto your knees. And whilst we're up, we shake. And then coming down, dropping the foot down. Partner. That's just my other half's alarm. Coming up, lift up onto the toes and shake. And down. Can you turn that off? Thank you. And the same again on that side. And shake. And down the centre. Up. And shake. And down the centre. If you don't want to be on camera, that's just...
I'm going to sit down and put my shoes in and then on trace.
Okay. Okay. Shaking. Just start to shake. Bounce on the toes. Bounce on the knees. Lifting your hands up, shaking, with the hands over the head, and drop them down by the side. And again above the head. And down. Keep shaking. And then being still. Feeling any tingling. If you're feeling like you need to shake for longer, then please do. You can always pause the video after. Into some spinal cord breathing before we do some lung work, lifting your hands up. Take a breath, deep breath in, and then rolling down and up. So as you come back, pushing as far as you can, opening wide, activating these little points in our back which help our immune system. And then rolling around. And up. Around. Up. And around. Open. And then coming to over the thymus. Take the breath and breathing in. And this time when you breathe out, you take the hands out. We make the lung sound of back, circling, breathing in. easy breath whilst you're circling, visualizing that sparkling white light we've been doing this week. And then again, breathing in. Coming to seated position. I'm going to do this from here. This time, crossing over the hands, making them into little beaks and gently tapping. Or here, if you can't, if it's easier to not cross the hands, just tapping here. Breathing in and then zzz at the end. Don't worry if you can't cough it, try and just at the end of these to clear out even further, working on the physical sound, the z sound like a bee buzzing. And again, breathing in. And then one side, this time taking it to a pat. You can keep the sound going or you can drop the sound. And the opposite side. Fortifying the lung chi. And then come to gently knocking on the shoulders and the other shoulder. And just to finish and to clear up, to fortify our Wei Qi. Coming down the inside of the arms. And we do this 9 times. That's 1, 2, up the outside, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Coming across and down the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Just repeat those lungs. And under the arms, each time for 9. Centre the elbow. Knocking on the hips. Buttocks. And then coming down the legs. Coming down the side. And up the centre. We do this again 9 times. All those meridian lines that are connected to the nerves and automated nervous system, waking up the regenerative cellular process in the body, or our Wei Qi. Down the back this time, up the front. And this time, from the big toe up the inside, over the hips and around to the back. Give it a little bit of a rub, just hold here. realise the time because we started twice. We forgot we started later. So just push the elbows together behind you, activating these little points here. So where I've got my sports bra, you can kind of, no, you can't really see with this top. We'll do that another time. We'll go over that another time. So, but still pushing and release. Breathing in and out. In, out. And release. Now this time push the hands forward like a punch and release. Same thing, activating, pulling back, breathing in and out. This time, when you pull your arms back, be sure to twist the arms so their palms facing up but still in fists, and out. And this time, open the hands, rotate the hands, bringing them back, rotating them, palms up, push forward, rotate round one way, rotate round the other way, and again, and just rotate them from the elbows and the shoulders, if you can, forward and back to the wrists, circle those hips, and then clockwise, anti-clockwise first, and then clockwise. Ankles. And to finish, do some little bits on the feet, bring up legs. Same hand as leg, this one comes forward and we pull and breathe. Now I need to finish on time today because I have to wake my kids up really early, although my son is already up, as my daughter has a school trip. So we're leaving at 8, but I will do our card reading in Telegram, in our Telegram group, where if you're following me and doing these lives, we used to do the lives in there. We've been trialing doing them on YouTube, and that's where all of the card readings, and I place the images of the cards. So all the details as well are in there for joining us, signing up if that's something that you feel called to do, if you feel called to donate, then you can do, there's links and stuff in there. So breathing in, whilst we've got our leg here, we're going to work with the thumb. Come down the big toe, and there's that big round part that's attached to the big toe, and gently massaging there. That's the adrenal glands. Great, this massage if you're trying to lose weight. And massaging on that part of the foot. Then come to the centre, like a semicircle in the middle of the foot, and massage that kind of semicircle. So straight along the bottom and around at the top. And just massaging, that's connected to our stomach, through the nerves. And then just under that, kind of towards the inside of the foot, just massaging at the top of the heel, or our kidneys, colon, oh no, bladder, sorry. Bladder area is. And in the centre of the big toe, just pinch in and out, pituitary gland, connecting those bottom areas with the top. You come down the side of the foot, big toe, to the heel, and walk our fingers along from the heel in the uteral points or the prostate gland for the male. And releasing. And then we can do that on the other side. So leg comes up, opposite arm comes forward and pull up. Breathe into that, feeling that stretch down the leg. You can do that for longer if you need to. We're just going through them. You can always pause and coming to doing the same as what we did on the opposite foot. So under the big toe, massaging in a circular motion, or you can press and release, or just firmly pressing in that spot. The adrenals, giving us coffee shot as well. And then coming to the center, massaging the stomach a little bit. And underneath that, the colon. And then over to the bladder. Our body's filtration systems down the side of the toe and in the center of the big toe. And then walking, filtering up here. Now I'm just going to add this on the end because of, for myself, I need to do it today. But 4 fingers from here, from your ankle point. This little point is good to do if you've had any issues with your stomach, diarrhea, loose stool, upset stomach in any way. They recommend even when you're better to do this for at least 6 weeks. It helps clearing out those energy systems further. So when the physical's cleared out, you want to clear out the energetical side. And just up. And you can do that on both sides. Just reminding myself to do that from last week. I should still be doing that. And release. Right. Come to standing and give yourself a little shake just to finish off before we do our meditation. I'm going to take you here with me. Everything's everywhere in here. Apologies. Right. Comes to a seated position. As I said, we're going to finish a little early today. But I finally found my daily book. So just breathing in, breathing out. Come to either laying in Savasana on a yoga mat or seated position. Whatever feels comfortable for you. We're going to tune into our body's emotional intelligence. So we're feeling in a nice open, receptive frame of mind. I'm going to do the deservability treatment from Louise L. Hay. So centering in our hearts, feeling that heart-centered awareness, your heart coherence, as HeartMath would say. So breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. You might want to put your hand on your heart. But feeling into this, and if you feel resistance, put your hands on your hips in Wonder Woman pose. So you're feeling that self-confidence and releasing of the, or letting go of the self-doubt here and any I am not enough feelings and thoughts that may arise. This is time to let go, and the season to certainly do this. So you can just allow my words to roll over you. You can say them out loud as we run through these words, or hear them, but let your cells hear them, let your body hear them, because your body is the one that feels this. You might feel the resistance come up, where maybe it's learned other things from other experiences, but start with actually holding your hands over the throat. Let's do this quickly first. Put the hands over the throat. I'm willing to believe I am open and receptive to this shift, to knowing I am enough, I am deserving. And you can repeat, I am willing to, before any of these statements, but otherwise just breathe into this. I am deserving. I deserve all good, not some, not a little, but all good. In my mind, I have total freedom. I now move into a new space, a state of consciousness, space of consciousness where I am willing to see myself differently. I am willing to create new thoughts about myself and about my life. New thinking becomes new expressions and new experiences. I now know and affirm that I am at one with the prosperity power of the universe. As such, I now prosper in a number of ways. The totality of possibility lies before me. I deserve life, a good life. I deserve love and abundance, an abundance of love. I deserve good health. I deserve to live comfortably, to lie comfortably, to live comfortably, to lie there comfortably in the bed is what my brain is thinking. To lie there comfortably, if you are lying there comfortably in Savasana. To live comfortably and to prosper, to deserve joy and happiness. And just stop there for a minute and add into this, to add in a smile, literally, as I've spoken about on social media. Inner smile is that lifting. It helps our immunity, our white blood cell count. Just like when someone looks at us funny and we feel uncomfortable, that can affect us for up to 6 hours. So it has the reverse as well. When you're feeling good, that feeling of good can have a positive influence on your system for a long time. So it helps your immunity even while we're not doing practice. So let's just go over that again. I deserve good. I deserve a good health. I deserve to live comfortably and to prosper. I deserve joy and happiness. Feel that inner smile. I deserve freedom to be all that I can be. I deserve more than that. I deserve all good. The universe is more than willing to manifest my new beliefs, and I accept this abundant life with joy and pleasure and gratitude and appreciation and total deservability. For I am deserving. I accept it. I know it to be true. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. And just feel that, and feel that inner smile. Literally smile, even if you don't feel like smiling, smile. Smile, feel silly about smiling to make you smile. As to my sounds, I used to, when I was like, oh, I feel silly doing this, I feel weird, I feel self-conscious. It's letting go, allowing the flow of that feeling of joy, of love to come out and in expression without ego, without going, oh, that means this means that, oh, it's that, is it this, is it a language, is it a person, is it... No, just letting go completely and being totally in the heart is what had to happen before I could allow this flow to come. Allow this flow to come for your day. Allow this flow to come and be there for the rest of your day. So just to finish before we end, breathing in, breathing out. I'm going to pull one card. Feel into those words and whether there was any resistance. Repeating it is like learning by rote arithmetic. It's letting your body, your system allow you to acclimatize to that belief, to shift, especially if it feels there's an uncertainty with shift, with change. We're rewriting those neuro pathways of the brain, as I call it, neurological goal setting, and we're letting go of the old ones. So we're feeling into the new ones, focusing on the new ones rather than focusing on what we're letting go of. We might have been doing that earlier in class. Now we're focusing where we want to have our focus for our day. So bringing that forward, knowing that you're going to take the consistent, inspired action that's inspired from love, not from fear. What do we need to know for our day in the highest, open and receptive to love for our day? Joan of Arc, the voice of truth. Know your truth. Stand strong, focus on your purpose, and release the fear of persecution. Speak your truth, but speak your truth with love, from love and compassion. I'm also seeing the scent of the lily, that smell, that colour. Again, the lung colour of the white, but add that diamond, glistening white, sparkly light, like sparkling white snow. Bring that element of the snow in. You know, when it's quiet and it's snowed and there's a sense of a blanketing over everything, allow that love to blanket over and wrap around you if you need it today. Hold you within that quietness, within that stillness, within still moments of little truths, as truth bombs may be going off all around us at the moment. But what I want you to think of is not so much of what's been thrown at you for you to discern, but what is your truth? What's your truth in this now moment? How are you feeling? Do you need some time? If you're like me and you feel a sense of that of influence of the moon, which comes in for me early, I don't feel it when it's actually there. I feel the energetical full moon, and those emotions are intensified within us. Those thoughts can be intensified. It's magnifying. Now, that can be a good thing when we're bringing things into fruition, when we're thinking about how we do deserve this love, this happiness, this joy in our life, to be happy, not to keep constantly running stories over and over and over again of whatever that is. So what is true for you? Do you do that? Do you constantly run that dialogue in your head? Are we releasing that? Are we changing that story and becoming the one that writes it, the one that chooses how they're thinking, how they're feeling? Because it is a choice. We choose to be happy. We choose to release and let go and choose to be in this present moment. It doesn't mean that we are letting go of our grief, for example, or of that person, but we're letting go of that mourning period. We're letting go of that what culturally actually is seen as something that to do. It was for a time for us to allow that release, but it's not that you have to be in that state. So allow yourself your own truth, what's true for you at the moment. And it may be the opposite. It may be that I'm sad right now, I need to have a good cry, I need to have some time to go within and to grieve. So, and this is the season to do that, but have courage to know that it's not going to be forever. So, love and blessings for your day. I'm going to wake my excited children up as we've got half an hour, so we must go shortly, ready for a school trip. So, blessings for your day, and I will see you tomorrow. I'll do the readings after I get back. I'm off to boot camp straight from the school run, so you'll have the readings in the group for later. So have a beautiful day. Thank you for joining me.